It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time to meet Team 358. Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality. He has been the host of the Spartan Beat on the Spotlight Radio Network, and now he is a co-host of
Valeni.
The Mike Valeni Show with Rico, or sometimes with only Rico.
Well, yeah, that happened later on in the week. Technical difficulties on Thursday, and then Mike had to take off on Friday. So, yeah, it was just it was me and Jeff Rieger on Friday, but it's fun. It is a brand new experience, and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
Did anyone who didn't catch the idea that you were joining Rico just hear you Thursday or Friday and say, "What happened to Mike? They let Mike go."
No. Mike explained. Explained he had to go to a funeral, so everybody knew. I was just hoping that people stuck around just to listen to me. So that was the thing. Like, Mike's not there, we're not listening. But they stuck around. We had fun.
Well, we don't have Rico at Spotlight Radio Network anymore, but we do have him on Press Pass. A lot coming up. Whether we have football or not, we don't know, but we have Rico a lot.
I will be here, Jack. I'll be here every Sunday. You allow me to come. I enjoy hanging out with you folks.
Also want to introduce Stephen Brooks. Does a great job covering Michigan State football and basketball for the 24/7 Sports Spartan Tailgate Premium site, and he is a regular Thursday contributor on The Drive with Jack, the Spotlight Radio Network, and he had a debate whether or not to put his mask as a pocket square. How did you resolve that, Stephen?
I went against it, although it does match my attire. No, kept it in the pocket though. Seemed like a good idea at the time, and then I saw myself with it, and I figured better not. This is already too much, probably for a lot of folks to look at. So
good call.
I didn't want to go too over the top.
One of the big challenges for Big Ten beat writers, college football writers, is what to do during the off season. Hope you haven't used up all your stories. That could be extended a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to start getting into the fan fiction game and just, just fiction in general. The 2020 football season, as I, predict it and play it out, and we'll have mythical champions and all sorts of developments, and you have to stay tuned week by week. It's going to be great.
You mean you weren't rooting for the season to end like most writers?
I wasn't CC'd on that email. Every other sports writer got that email except for me, I guess. No.
I've been pumping away at this for 4 months. Come on, Kevin Warren, you can do it. All right, we're going to be back. We're going to talk about the big picture for the Big Ten and college football over the next 7 months, and much, much more coming up here on Press Pass.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
Time to get your game on. Sports wagering is now open at the all-new Dacey Sportsbook and Tap House, only at Firekeepers.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's 4-day super sale is for you. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, no limit. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and much, much more. Plus, make your cash go further with 6 years no-interest financing and free shipping right to your door. But hurry, the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs. There you see the man of the hour. That is Big Ten Commissioner Kevin Warren, and report yesterday that he is a firm believer in the benefits of playing spring football and pushing things back 7 months. Now he has met with the Big Ten athletic directors and presidents, and the presidents are in agreement with him. The trick now is to get the other conference commissioners to go along. Rico, in his first year as a Big Ten commissioner, all eyes are on Kevin Warren. What are the key factors for him in determining whether to plunge ahead or to try to push things back 7 months?
Safety of the players. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And can you convince other folks to join you? Can you get the other conferences to get in there and agree with you? It's going to be difficult because going down into the South, that's going to be huge because you're looking at, hey, it's unfortunate, but it's the times that we live in. I'm sure a lot of people in the South are going to say, this black man is not going to come in here and dictate what we're going to do. But you got to get past that. You got to think about the safety of the players. And he said it from day one. I'll pull the plug on the Big Ten season just like that. This schedule's written in pencil, okay? So if anything goes wrong, we're going to pull the plug. And you would hope that he can get other commissioners to jump on board with him.
Stephen, I've been talking about this for 4 months. Urban Meyer thinks it's a ridiculous idea, but a lot of others do not. They agree with this. When you look at the pluses and minuses of pushing it back 7 months, what do you see?
I think the obvious advantage is you buy yourself time. And I think even with the September 5th start that the Big Ten was trying to do, I think that was even a little too early to get everything in motion. So it buys yourself time with a situation that, honestly, as a species, we just don't know that much about yet. We haven't even been dealing with this thing really for a full calendar year yet. So there's a lot to still figure out. It buys you a little bit of time. Maybe there's some advancement on treatments. I don't think a vaccine's probably in the cards for this academic year, but maybe you get closer to that. But bottom line is you buy yourself time, and maybe you can have a season which we know they need for financial reasons. The disadvantages, though, I think are even longer. I think you'd be completely wiped out of star power, I think. I think all the top guys would just say, forget it, I'm ready to go to the NFL, I'm going to go make millions, I know I'm a draft pick. All those guys, I think you count just about all of them out.
I think you'd only have a few of those guys, Stephen, and I think that most fans are more concerned with the name on the front of the jersey than the name on the back of the jersey. They want to see their school play. What they don't want is a 2-game season. They don't want this thing to start. They don't want players to die. They don't want coaches. And a lot of things can happen if they go ahead now. You have revenue, you have television money that would still be there. I think that's very important. And pros can have the fall. The colleges will take the spring. I think you'd have a lot of great television windows.
Yeah, Jack, I think it's going to be very similar to what you saw I mean, not for me, maybe for you when you were a kid in World War II times, but you had some colleges play 5 games, some played 6, some played 7, because there was just so much going on. I think you're going to see a lot of that this year, where some teams may play a full schedule, some teams may play 4 games.
Rico, this decision for Kevin Warren is probably the biggest, the most important that any first-year commissioner has ever made. And it might be the most important decision that any black executive has ever made. Do you think that there are Kevin Warren doubters who are going to criticize him no matter what he does, and especially if he pushes the season back? The people in the South and the SEC you mentioned, they want to play.
Right, they want to play. Jack, of course they're going to criticize him, and it's not even because of the color. They're going to criticize him because there are still people out there that say this thing's not real, that we're all making this up, and this is all just some big conspiracy. Even though people are dying, it's like, oh, no big deal. But yes, there are going to be people who say football first, okay? Not family first, football first. And the SEC is king right now. You know they want to get that money. You know they want to get their product out on the field.
Stephen, this has effects on all sports, but especially basketball, which scheduled to start in November with the first games. Are you ready for a 14-week season with conference games and a postseason from January to early April, or in worst case, something that might be pushed back after college football in the spring, start on Memorial Day and end on Labor Day?
I'm ready for it. Are the governing bodies and officials ready for it, though? Because we just had this whole summer to prepare for football. And football's not looking too good right now. So hopefully folks have been taking notes and figuring some stuff out.
I think that you have to make do with what you have. You don't have any great decisions. You have to have the least destructive decision. And if they make the wrong one here, they're going to be paying for it for decades. We'll be right back with our Going Green segment. We'll talk about Michigan State, where Mel Tucker's program is, up next.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
As the pandemic went on, we saw between 30 and 40% of an increase in those who were hungry and needed to find food in some other way.
Fox 47 made a challenge to Mid-Michigan.
There is something about living in Mid-Michigan. People come forward and help each other.
Help donate over 50,000 meals to local families in need in just 1 week.
To do this kind of thing in just a week's time is really unheard of.
Every single dollar raised, we can provide 3 meals. The need has never been greater.
And the response was overwhelming.
Foster Swift is proud to donate, supported by the plant professionals.
We're proud to partner with Fox 47's Feeding Families.
Got the calculator here. We just raised 69,360 meals for Mid-Michigan. So I'm really proud and really appreciative of the entire Greater Lansing Food Bank team.
Thank you, Mid-Michigan, for your generous donations.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
The summer of Shaheen continues at Shaheen Chevrolet with our 50th birthday party. And what's a birthday party without a goodie bag for our guests? At Shaheen's party, you get $3,000 over Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. You get the lowest prices on any new Chevy guaranteed, or it's free. And when you test drive a car at Shaheen, you can win a new Trax, or the cash equivalent. Shaheen Chevrolet's 50th birthday bash. It's the biggest party of the summer, and you're invited. ShaheenChevrolet.com.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graff Chevrolet and Graff Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 106 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle or for terrific service, go Graf. There you see first-year Michigan State head football coach Mel Tucker at Friday's first practice of 2020, spring or summer. And he's very excited. You gotta love that hat, Rico. And here you see Elijah Collins. Look at the way he's holding that ball, protecting it, fumble-proof, going through a drill. And there you see William Piegler, I believe, in the background there, running backs coach, checking him out. And Michigan State's players could not wait to get back on the field. Stephen, you could tell that for Mel Tucker, this was something he'd been waiting for a long time. When you consider he's been inheriting a program here that is not considered to be a contender, why is he so excited about this opportunity?
Because I think it's as simple as looking back to what he's dealt with the last 5 to 6 months since he got hired. I mean, I think he should be, every night should be like I felt like on Christmas Eve until I was like 17 years old. You can hardly even sleep. It's just anticipation. You just can't wait to get going the next day because he's got a lot to do. We know he has a lot to do. He hasn't had a lot of time to do it. We don't know how much more time he will have. We'll talk about that, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, he's got a lot to do. He's got a lot to accomplish here in a short amount of time. He was robbed of a lot of time from stuff out of his control. So I'm sure every night, like I said, it's like a Christmas Eve type of feeling probably. It
surprised you that Michigan State is picked anywhere from 11th to 13th among the 14 Big Ten programs this year, and that's with a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, you look at what they lost, and especially if you're not keyed into the MSU program and know sort of their depth and everything. But I mean, you look at them, you lose a 3-year quarterback, you lose basically your whole defense. I could understand why first-year coach, no spring practice, on and on and on and on. I can understand why folks wouldn't be too high on him. And I mean, hey, how can you be? I mean, we just don't know what these guys are. Maybe there's a lot of talent there, but we just don't know it.
Rico, something to be said for playing with a chip on your shoulder when everybody thinks, oh, the glory days of Michigan State are gone, going to be a long rebuild. Mel Tucker doesn't view it that way.
He doesn't, and he's expecting this team to go out and compete. I think to kind of add what Steven says, the reason why everybody else is not jumping on that bandwagon, we don't know what this team is. Yeah. They didn't get the spring. They're just implementing offenses and defenses where other teams are fine-tuning and tweaking. They're installing. So it's going to be difficult for them. They're going to have to hit the ground running. And I think maybe, you got to win week 1.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to win one of those big boy games.
Minnesota, that won't be easy.
It won't be easy.
It's an 11-win team.
It won't be easy, but they're not the same Minnesota from last year.
Right.
But yeah, then you got to win one of those big boy games if you want to get somebody's attention.
So if you knew that Michigan State had good quarterback play, someone established in that role, could that be enough to be a surprise and everyone go, whoa?
It could, but you got to know who that quarterback is going to be, because the thing is, the good news about Michigan State is all your defensive coordinators have been here before. So that helps. Defense wins championships. That's the cliche. It's cliche because it's true. Offensively, can you score points? Can you knock off Michigan, Ohio State, or Penn State? That'll get people to say, whoa.
Stephen, it was a week ago we were talking about Jordan Reed and a tweet where he criticized the idea of playing and said it was all about revenue. Now he says he's going to opt out, and the reaction to it not nearly as harsh. Could it be someday we're going to look at people like Jordan Reed as heroes for bringing this to our attention?
Heroes might be a little strong, but I mean, I think he will be celebrated probably, depending on how this all goes. That could completely change that stance, I guess, a month from now, 2 months from now, whether there is a season and what that looks like. But I salute him for standing up and using his voice and saying what I'm sure a lot of other athletes thought and maybe not everyone was comfortable saying.
Jacob Panasiuk also said he's going to opt out. We don't know if there will be more. We don't know the ramifications. We don't know the next time that we're going to have a kickoff in Spartan Stadium. The plan is September 5th. Could be in the spring. We'll be right back with more coming up here on Press Pass.
Important news for users of Roundup Weed Killer diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. On June 24th, the manufacturer of Roundup announced a settlement of more than $10 billion to settle thousands of cancer claims. If you or a loved one were exposed to Roundup and developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. Time is limited to file a claim, so do not wait. Call 800-871-2777 now or go to roundupclaimform.com.
There's still a lot to do in Michigan this summer. Try taking a tour of the state's many lighthouses. Post pictures of your favorite Michigan lighthouses at fox47news.com/MIsummer. Brought to you by Holton Diamonddale Insurance Agency. Call your hometown team today.
Fox 47, home of the Lions, wants to know, are you a Lions fan?
Holton Diamonddale Insurance Agency, we are Lions fans!
Don't miss Lions Training Camp Preview Friday night at 7:30 on Fox 47.
Dr. Raj Kuthrapalli, cool, redefined.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you a free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. Here you see a list of the 14 Big Ten head coaches with their years of service, their records at the schools, their Big Ten titles, winning percentages, and some that just gotten there. Certainly Mel Tucker's case, it's unfair to even talk about what he has done as a Big Ten coach because he hadn't even had a practice yet with shoulder pads. Rico, as you look at that list, who do you say the top 3 coaches in the Big Ten are?
It's got to be Ryan Day. Ryan Day came in, and for some reason, people questioned whether he was going to keep this thing going. You know what he turned into? An angrier Urban Meyer. He doesn't mess around. He just goes for the jugular. None of this cutesy, I'm going to outthink myself. He just pounds you to the ground. I like Paul Chryst because it's the consistency. That when you say Wisconsin, it's consistency, whether it's football or basketball. But you know exactly what Wisconsin's going to do, and you still can't stop it. That is the mark of a good team and a good coach. When you know they're going to jam it down your throat.
Yeah, Paul Chryst at number 2.
At number 2.
Okay.
At 3, if I can have a tie, it's PJ Fleck and it's James Franklin.
Okay.
James Franklin, because I didn't think James Franklin actually had a team. I mean, I thought he had a team, not a program. And he showed me last year he has a program. He's actually built this when his stars leave, when Saquon leaves. And then PJ Fleck, what he's done in Minnesota, I mean, he's kind of put them on the map. So if I could have a tie for that 3rd one, I'll be happy with that.
Steven, what about you? Your top 3?
See, I was one of those people that now look foolish because I thought Ryan Day, you know, a relative nobody at the time coming in for an absolute legend in Urban Meyer. I thought it would be like a substitute teacher type of dynamic, like who's this guy? He's not Coach Meyer, but anyway, so I have Ryan Day 3rd. He absolutely killed it last year. I love his resume as an offensive coordinator. I think he's got a great future, but I can't put him up there with 1 year. He's got to do it more than that. I got one, James Franklin, who Rico just mentioned, 11 wins, 3 out of the last 4 years. Like he said, it's been sustained over time. I think he's probably had the most success over the most time, consistently over any of these guys. And then I got PJ Fleck number 2 because of the way he builds programs. We saw it obviously at Western Michigan, and now from 5 to 7 to 11 wins, and now it looks like Minnesota is right there. They're here to stay in the Big Ten West and might even overtake Wisconsin as that premier team in that division.
Okay, well, that's interesting list. I'll take Ryan Day number 1, James Franklin number 2, Kirk Ferentz number 3. Stephen, what do you have for 4, 5, and 6 as we continue? Who would be the next 3 on your list?
I got Paul Chryst at 4, 4 10-win seasons in the last 5 years, 3-time Big Ten West champ, and you can say what you want about the Big Ten West, but as Rico mentioned, the consistency, I just don't have him higher because you always feel like there's a cap on Wisconsin. As good as they are, you don't ever feel like they're going to win the national championship. You don't ever feel like they're going to beat Ohio State when they get to Indy. So consistent success, absolutely great, but there's a cap on that, it seems like. I'll go Jim Harbaugh 5. Again, consistency, not in the elite category, hasn't taken them as far as they want to go, obviously. And then I got Pat Fitzgerald 6 for his sustained run. He's taken them very, very high. They've had some lows, but that's a tough program to win at, and he's kept them competitive just about the whole way.
If you're talking about a ceiling for Paul Chryst, you don't have a ceiling for PJ Fleck at Minnesota?
Well, it's too early for us to say. I mean, he's gathering talent. Like, he can actually win that game. Okay. He's gathering talent. He's winning. He beat Auburn. I mean, it's like he's doing things that make me believe he's trending in the right direction. Where we've seen Wisconsin, we always kind of know what they are, even at their best.
All right. To me, he hasn't been around much longer than Ryan Day to prove it. What about 4, 5, 6 for you, Rico?
4, 5, 6.
You had a tie at 3, so whoever doesn't make 3 makes 4. Right?
So yeah, whoever makes 3 makes 4. So I'll give it to PJ Fleck. I'll bend the knee and say James Franklin is 3, and you know that's
Your
hard
buddy.
for me.
That's
hard for me. So PJ Fleck would be 4, just because of what he's done at Minnesota, and he actually looks like it's fun. If I was a kid, I'd want to play for PJ Fleck. Yeah. He just has that. It's that quirkiness, but he backs it up. At number 5, speaking of quirkiness, would be Jim Harbaugh. He just doesn't back it up. But kind of like Steven says, he's got a cap. You know that they'll be great for the first 11 games, and then in their final 2 games, Ohio State in the bowl game, they're going to lose. And they're going to finish like a thud every year. And then I got to give it Pat Fitzgerald 6 because he's winning at Northwestern. He's doing things at Northwestern that if he went to any other team, he would probably be a better coach. But Northwestern, you got to be smart in order to go there. So they need student athletes.
I'll say Paul Chryst, Pat Fitzgerald, PJ Fleck. 4, 5, 6. Who am I leaving out? Oh, Jim Harbaugh. There was a confrontation on a Big Ten coaches teleconference, and Harbaugh called out Ryan Day.
Why?
And Ryan Day said there better be a mercy rule. We're going to hang 100 on you. What do you make of that?
He's going to try and do it. He may not bring punters or kickers to the game.
He only got 62 and 56 the last 2 years, so he's going to have to ratchet it up.
This is going to be a video game. They're not going to punt the ball. I don't think so.
We will be back in just a couple minutes, tracking a trophy. Up next, here on Press Pass.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
WWE superstar Otis reminding you that SmackDown is all new this Friday on Fox 47.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can save for an emergency from here. Or pay bills from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or here's my bank. Or here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. Visit chase.com/mobile.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, go to theticketmachine.com. Here you see Michigan State guard Jack Hoiberg, walk-on turned scholarship player. This is at Nebraska last year, where he's greeting his father, Fred Hoiberg. Fred did not know that Jack Hoiberg was going to start in this game. Tom Izzo with his secret. And Jack Hoiberg scores 4 quick points, gets 4 assists, plays pretty well. Stephen Brooks, Jack Hoiberg was a guest on The Drive with Jack Friday afternoon and talked about the way he was told and his mother was told. If he hadn't made some free throws, would he still be there shooting?
I like to think so. I like to think he's, burning his clothes for warmth and just, catching water in his hands out of the drinking fountain and just, in a real survivalist mode in Breslin all alone and just hoping he can get these 2 shots right and hoping Tom Izzo sees it. But no, it sounds like he got it wrapped up. If not, yeah, maybe they would have, somebody would have jumped out of a cake or something crazy like that. They'd have to get creative in that case.
Rico, when you think about the way Izzo did this, he called the team together after a workout and said, okay, Jack, you're shooting 2 free throws. And makes first, misses a second, gives him a second chance, lane violation. Makes a first, misses a second, makes them all run. So come back, Hoiberg, you got 2 more shots, make them. Makes them both, he says, your prize is a scholarship. And then everyone swarms him.
Yeah, because the one thing no athlete wants to do is run. So the teammates who swarmed him, had they had to run again, may have just said, Jack, we're trying to give you a scholarship, okay? Go out there, make the damn shots, okay? We don't want to run anymore. But yeah, it was cool that he got it, but I'm quite sure the players had their fingers crossed saying, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to run. Just give him the scholarship, Tom.
Tom Izzo has had so much success doing this. Going back to Timbo Gracchus and Kobe Wallenman and Austin Thornton and Kenny Goins. Connor George had this scholarship this way. And now Jack Hoiberg. Why did Tom Izzo give Hoiberg the scholarship? And a lot of fans say, why Jack Hoiberg?
It's funny, Jack, because you hear that like, I don't understand. First of all, they can't add new people to the team.
Right.
Second, you reward the people who help you get better. The things that Jack Hoiberg does, we as fans don't see in the games, but it's the practice. It's pushing guys. It's playing defense. It's making sure that Cassius doesn't have an easy time last year. It's making sure you get in the face of Rocket Watts to get him better. It's the little things that you reward because every day he gives it all, knowing I'm probably not going to play it all in the games.
Yeah.
But he doesn't slack off in practice. That's why you give him a scholarship.
Irvin Johnson had great things to say about Mike Longacre when they won the championship. Mateen Cleaves said Matt Ishbia had a lot to do with his development. Now those two are working together. And if you listen to Cassius Winston, ask him about Jack Hoiberg. He'll tell you how important he was to the team's success last year. Stephen, looking at this roster with Xavier Tillman out and Jack Hoiberg now sliding into that scholarship role for a year, can you identify Tom Izzo's top 5 reserves? Who would be Michigan State's players 6 through 10?
Sure. I think assuming Josh Langford comes back healthy and ready to go, I think he'll start. So that sort of frames everything else. Gabe Brown right away I think is going to be a very, very important piece to what they do. Can play either perimeter position there. Malik Hall in the same way, I think. Is going to be huge for their on-court flexibility, for their offensive and defensive versatility in terms of what they're able to do. I think he's going to have a really big year. Whoever the backup center is, whether that's Julius Marble or Thomas Kithier or Marcus Bingham, I think he might be the front runner to start right there now. And then Foster Loyer for sure is a guy you're going to have to count on, because if you don't know your starting point guard, you definitely don't know your backup point guard. You've got to figure those two spots out, and obviously he'd sort of be the first one to get the shot there. Maybe Jack can work himself into the way and get in the mix. The freshmen are interesting. So, yeah, I'd say it's in that mix there. One of the 2 freshmen at least probably will break into the role in terms of Sissoko and A.J. Hoiberg.
You got 12 guys there, Rico, who think that they should be in the lineup. Is it possible Michigan State, with all that mix and match variety, could go small? They could play Gabe Brown, and they could play Joey Hauser. Teams have to guard them too, and they could play Henry and Langford and Rocket Watts.
Yeah, I think you're going to see Tom has an embarrassment of riches where, yeah, there are going to be games where he can go small. There are going to be games where he can go big. There are going to be games where he can kind of, go the 3-point guard kind of lineup and put Hoggard in there with Watts and maybe even Loyer. There's so many combinations, but one guy that Stephen kind of brought at the end, but I think he's going to make a big play is Matty Sissoko. I see a lot of Kofi Coburn in him. A guy that just kind of everybody's like, whoa, where'd you get him from? I think that could be Matty.
So many different options. All Tom Izzo wants is a season where he can actually use these options and where Michigan State can make a sustained run for a national championship, not one that ends with a Big Ten championship. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to have our Law of the Jungle segment talking Tigers and Lions up next here on Press Pass.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Michigan summers. Before 2020, it was 3 months of non-stop fun and travel. There's still a lot that we can do over the next few months, from checking out our lighthouses to kayaking our rivers. Fox 47's looking for ways to celebrate summer until we get the green light. Post your pictures and ideas at fox47news.com/MI Summer. Brought to you by Holt and Diamondale Insurance Agency. Call your hometown team today. Stay tuned to Fox 47 for more ways to make the most of your summer.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, only on Fox 47 News.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris, at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road. Your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. No shortcuts. That's the Woody's way. That's why I'm there every week, knowing Chuck, Delita, and their dedicated staff want you to have the very best. Detroit Tigers starting yesterday in Pittsburgh, and what a way to start. A leadoff home run, unexpected power source. That is Nico Goodrum, putting the Tigers ahead 1-0. Then get a runner on base for Miguel Cabrera, and with that lazy one-hand swing, puts the ball over the fence, a left field corner. Now it is 3-0. C.J. Cron next to the plate. And what does he do? He drives the ball deep to right center field. Back. It is out of here. That is 3 home runs and 4 runs scored. First 4 batters for Detroit. Holland wishes he were in the Holland Tunnel at that point. And Tigers still have not had a batter retired. Here's Jamer Candelario, and what does he do for an encore? Well, of course, ladies and gentlemen, what would you do? You might as well go deep. You might as well make it 4 home runs before the Pittsburgh Pirates get to bat. Rico, no one in Detroit is or should be printing World Series tickets, but how do you explain 17 runs Friday night and then 4 home runs before anyone is retired on Saturday?
Jack, I guess you figure they took a lot of batting practice in the week that they had off because St. Louis got sick, so they were just sitting around, but they weren't doing nothing. Yeah. Man, they put some points up on the board. And not to take away, the Pirates pitching is not that great.
Yeah.
But you took advantage of bad pitching and you swept the Pirates.
Stephen, we know baseball is your least favorite sport, and you would rather scrub toilets with a toothbrush than watch a baseball doubleheader. But when you see something like the Tigers scoring 22 runs in 12 innings, does that make even you want to see how they did it?
Sorry, I got to wake back up. Those highlights put me asleep over here. No, it doesn't. Even that home run derby or whatever it was we just watched, no interest whatsoever. So give me a little bit of time to plug my alternative baseball format. So you get rid of the 3 outs. You just put a clock on, and the pitcher's on a pitch clock, and then you just swing away. And you just go from there, and everything's on a clock. None more of this unregulated game can go on as long as it wants, and 90-minute innings and all this garbage that's slowing the game down, making it even more unwatchable. Put everything on a clock, regulate it all. We're moving toward a better future in that way.
I think I just heard Fred Human knocking on the door.
I think I just heard him fall over. Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Brooks Ball. You have just heard some of the rules.
That's right. Contact me for premium seating.
Rico, switching sports, let's talk a little bit about the Detroit Lions and COVID-19 lists and opt-out all over the place on the National Football League. What does it mean that Matthew Stafford had a false positive? I know you think his ability was a false positive, but now he was diagnosed as being COVID positive. Not the case. What does this mean for him, for his team, and for the reliability of testing at this level?
Jack, I think the big picture, Matthew Stafford may have finally made an impression in the NFL, because they may have to come up with a Stafford rule where we just can't let players' names get out there.
Yeah.
Because he had the false positive, his family had to be sequestered, his wife was very upset, no one wanted to play with their kids, she couldn't get out the car at the grocery store, they isolated him only to find out that it was a false positive. What this really shows me is that we're not quite where we think we are. Because if this can happen at a professional level, what do you think is going to happen at a college level? What do you think is going to happen at a high school level? We can't get it right with the pros. We're expecting the colleges to get it right. That Matthew Stafford, I'm telling you, unfortunately, this may be the biggest thing that he's ever done in his career. testing false positive.
Kelly Stafford tells a story about finding out that it was a false positive, and she goes out, and I think she's shopping, and someone recognized her.
Sorry, stay in the car.
Yeah, people abusing her. And how do you explain that the test is incorrectly reported? It's in the media.
Yeah, and it wasn't abusing her. It's how you would treat anybody if you thought that they could possibly have it, saying, hey, could you not go and interact with other people just in case you have it? She took it as abuse, and really abuse, Kelly. So pump the brakes on that.
Yeah, well, and she has also been battling brain cancer, and so she's got a lot of reasons, just had a baby. I don't think she's going to be out, but some people said, hey, you know what? I didn't like the way this guy played, and I don't like his wife out in public either. So
I thought you were going to say she's a drama queen, but those things are true too.
Stephen, you think Matthew Stafford gets a bad rap? We can blame him for a lot of things, but we can't blame him for being COVID and affecting the Lions' chances.
It's tough. I mean, because when you play for the Lions, you kind of get what you deserve, I guess, and he is part of that. Nationally, he seems to have a better reputation than locally, so it's tough to say, but the false positive is a tough deal.
We'll be right back with our Champions 2020 segment up next on Press Pass.
When I was first diagnosed with kidney disease, I didn't want to believe I was sick, so I put on a poker face. Thanks to home dialysis and my care team, I'm still in the game.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800-400-6731. That's 1-800-400-6731. Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
Fox 47, home to the #1 primetime newscast, the most popular comedies on TV, and the #1 news show on television. Thank you for making Fox 47 Mid-Michigan's favorite TV station. Catch back-to-back episodes of Law & Order SVU Monday at 8 p.m. on My 47.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Champions!
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Champions 2020 segment, brought to you by the Michigan Education Association. The MEA's members, educators from across our state, are proud of this year's high school graduates. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Learn more at mea.org. Athletes aren't the only ones who've had to make sacrifices this year. Commencement speakers have had to do things in unusual ways, but the MEA and Press Pass are giving 10 outstanding students, valedictorians across mid-Michigan, a chance to convey their message to all of us. Tonight, we'd like you to meet Sierra Kropowitz from Vandercook Lake. How are you, Sierra?
I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Sierra Kropowitz.
Good evening, everyone. First, I would like to start off by saying congratulations to my fellow classmates. This is not how we expected our senior year to go, but we still made it. This is the day we've been waiting for since kindergarten. For a brief moment, we thought that graduation would be taken from us, so we are more than grateful for what we have received. Buddha once said, "Do not dwell on the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." We all recently have been blending thoughts about the future and what we have done in the past, but let's stop and take a moment to think about the present day. We graduates are making history. We are putting one of our biggest accomplishments into the books. Take this moment to think about your feelings, the people who have helped you get where you are today, and most importantly, think about who you are. This goes for everyone. Spending too much time dwelling on what you could have done or what you're going to do results in lost time and often unhappiness. A fair amount was taken from us in such a short period of time. No one was expecting a virus to sweep in and cause all of our planned events to be canceled. Prom, our senior picnic, our last pep assembly, and our official goodbyes. We are all sorrowful when we think of these moments, but right now, at this very moment, think about the present. Revel in the joy and the sense of accomplishment you are feeling. Yes, the moments that were stolen from us were very special moments, but they never defined what we are. Each and every day, we made choices to become the people we are. After this speech, I hope you're not concentrating your mind on what we could have done or what you're going to do. I hope you're thinking about the present and what is happening right now. You officially have made it. We will never forget these days. So enjoy it, make the most of it, and live in the moment.
Thank you very much, Sierra. Rico Beard, gratitude and positive focus. What's your take on Sierra's message?
I like the fact of just, as she said, live in the moment. You know what? You can't change.
Yeah.
This has been a year that I'm quite sure you wish would have gone differently, but there's no need to complain about it. No need to cry about it. She nailed it. Just go out there, accept it, and realize you still graduated and you're still ready to go on and do whatever you have to do. I just assume that next year they'll probably have a big reunion party.
Sierra, why was this such an important message for you to convey?
It's important to me because I think that people spend too much time thinking about the past, what they're going to do next, and they never think about what is right now. They never get to experience what's really happening because they are taking too much time to think of, oh, I have to do this next, I have to do this next.
Staying in the moment, what about people you want to thank for what you've accomplished?
I definitely want to thank all the people at Vandercook, all the staff, all the teachers, definitely the superintendent. He was amazing this year. And definitely all my family, my mom, my grandparents, all of them.
And moving ahead, you said Adrian College is a lucky school to get you, right?
Yes, I am excited to move in next week, get started in pre-law, and then move on to law school afterwards.
Fantastic. Sierra, thank you so much. She is the 10th of our 10 MEA champions 2020. Really glad we got a chance to do this and hear from some of the top speakers and top students in Mid-Michigan. We'll be right back with our Culver's Cool and Smooth Awards, our Play of the Week, our Team of the Week, and our Player of the Week up next on Trespass.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Hey, what have you been doing up there?
Honey, only ask questions that you really want the answers to. Okay. Can we get a reward for being such a nice guy?
As long as nice guys don't finish first.
A good guy, but he's got a big dilemma. 3 girls, a wife, are hanging up on his hands.
Oh my God, are we poor?
You are. We're doing very well.
The family's growing and it's only.
I know this might be too late to say, but I'm not sure we should have children.
That's the last man standing.
Oh, what are you dressed as?
Oh, farm girl.
E-I-E, I know.
He's the last man standing.
I wasn't always this good at this.
That's Jackson. That's Mike. We went to the mall.
Haters, gonna hate. Peace out.
On Last Man Standing.
Weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30 on Fox 47.
Since 1942, Mid-Michigan has trusted the Jimerson family. Roof replacement, roof repair, windows, siding, gutters, and insulation. The certified installers of Jimerson Roofing provide professional workmanship.
4 generations we have served the Mid-Michigan residential and commercial owners.
You can count on us for honesty, integrity, and the professional detail that you deserve.
Quality product and quality service from a family-owned and operated company.
Let 4 generations of experience be your home improvement contractor.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by 4 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan: Okemos North and South, North Lansing, and West Lansing. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious. Here you see Luka Doncic. And can he make spectacular plays or
3 minutes
what?
gone by here in the first. Doncic fakes the behind-the-back pass. Count it.
Behind the back.
One for Luka.
And these are the Milwaukee Bucks they're playing, ladies and gentlemen. These are not the Detroit Pistons. But he does this a lot. Hits the basket and makes people look silly. He's Larry Bird at the guard position. And with a triple-double, we're talking about 36 points, 14 rebounds, 19 assists. And that gives him the NBA title for the most triple-doubles this season. And he is the youngest player to do that, a few months younger than Magic Johnson. Okay. All right, Team 358, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, what do you have for a play of the week?
Play of the week, it's a two-parter, but it involves the same person.
Okay.
Devin Booker.
Ooh.
Game winner against the Clippers. I mean, hits it, falls, slides. We didn't have any March Madness, but it had a March Madness type of feel, knocking that shot down. His teammates rush the bench. They jump on top of him. The Phoenix Suns changed that photo to their social media header. I mean, it was just that big. That's part one. Part two is Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Draymond may have the play of the week. It cost him $50,000, but he's talking on the NBA roundtable thing, and he says Devin needs to get out of Phoenix. He needs to go someplace where he could win. And they look at him, and they're all saying, Draymond, do you think you're going to get fined for that? Yeah, don't really care. He planted the seed already for Devin to join him and everybody and Steph in Golden State. Cost him $50,000. He signed a $100 million extension, so he basically got hit with a $20 speeding ticket. Draymond, that was the play of the week.
Do you think Draymond Green has a future on TNT?
Oh, yeah,
Could he be the next Charles Barkley on that panel?
Yes, because he just tells it like it is.
Yeah.
He's not that cookie cutter trying to please everybody. He knows that I'm going to say some
You
stuff.
never know what he's going to say.
And, right. People are going to disagree with me, but I don't care. I played the game. And he's got rings, unlike Chuck.
We got to get Day-Day back on the Drive with Jack coming up this month. All right, Stephen Brooks, what do you have for us for our team of the week?
This is a shared title too. I got to go with they're connected though. It's College Athlete Unity, which is sort of the parent group, I guess you'd call it, and Big Ten United, which is a group of more than 1,000 Big Ten football players who put out a statement on Wednesday, I believe it was, when the schedule came out, and just sort of communicating some concerns from the college athlete perspective that, you know, they have a lot of issues with what's been going on, and more than what they're not hearing than what they are hearing, you know. So they have some suggestions about eligibility protection and getting the parents able to come if there's any games played, and lack of uniform testing policy and protocols that are even and consistent all across the board. So, like I said with Jordan Reed, I salute these guys for standing up for the concerns that they have when really the powers that be are trying to just get the money in the bank. Shout out to all the guys putting the helmets on that are fighting for the rights of everybody else.
Well, we know Kevin Warren read all of these comments and in some cases demands.
Right.
And you know, they're going to try to address them as well as they can, at least the health part of this. For Player of the Week, I want to talk about Sandy Tatum and Ken Venturi, who rescued TBC Harding Park in San Francisco, and Colin Morikawa, who kept the PGA tournament from going well into this show. And he is your champion at age 22, Cal Berkeley product. Chips in on 14, eagles 16, finishes 13 under par. Congratulations to him, the first of, I think, what could be many majors. I want to thank Rico Beard. You can catch him on the Mike Valenti Show with Rico on 97.1. And Stephen Brooks, 24/7 Sports Spartan Tailgate Premium site. We'll be back with you next Sunday, everyone. Have a great week.